Good morning, guys. So I filmed the video yesterday and it was pouring rain and it just didn't work. So I'll give you a couple of updates. Today we expanded this pen, or I expanded this pen yesterday. So it's a little bit bigger, got some new panels. And so today's routine is gonna look a little different. It's really foggy out this morning. The whole Silent Hill vibe going on. It was beautiful yesterday after it stopped raining, and so now I'm like very sunburned. Good morning, Pickles! So yeah, I'm gonna take you through my new routine. Today will be the first day that we try out all of this. So let's see how it goes. So we're gonna build an electric fence. Got all our supplies laid out. We used to have a lease where we had a separate herd of like bigger cows. And all of the supplies are from there, so we're gonna use those. So after 2 days of driving T-posts, getting really sunburned and very scratched up and bruised, I'm a little bit worn out. So this may be, most of today's video may just be this whole new morning routine. So I'm still feeding the dog and the cat first. And we're gonna make Chief a bottle. He is by far the weirdest bottle cap that I've ever had. I've been feeding him in the same spot. I feed him twice a day in the exact same spot. He still cannot figure it out. We've been doing it for 2 weeks at least. Nope. I still every morning and every evening have to get his attention. Sometimes I have to, the last couple of days I've literally had to walk him to the bottle. It's so bizarre. That's all ready to go. I'm gonna try to bring the camera with me. I probably should have put the GoPro on so that you could really see. The problem is with the GoPro, I move my head a lot and the footage ends up being like really, it's not shaky. There's really good stability with the GoPro, but it just ends up kind of making you nauseous. So the Canon is really a better option. I guarantee you he's in the barn in here with the girls and he's not gonna come out, so yeah. Come on, Chief! It's ridiculous. So I'm really excited about the electric fence idea. Come on, Chief! Because what we're gonna do is let the two bottle calves, the old bottle calves, Princess and Gobbles, out in the, you can't see because there's fog, in the big part of the backyard. And we're gonna end up having hot wire on our fence that separates the pond and the backyard to keep the big cows from getting in, because yesterday I had a bull in my backyard and I'm kind of tired of that. What ends up happening in the spring is that our backyard ends up, of course, because it doesn't have animals on it, having a lot of grass. And before everything else, and there's always 1 or 2 cows that reach over the fence with their head and to eat the grass and end up like walking over, and that's a problem. Okay, so we're about ready to stop feeding the pigs pig food, but because their pasture is so wet, they're trampling a lot of the grass down and it's just turning into mud. So until it dries out a little bit, which we're really not supposed to have any more rain, for a few days, and it's supposed to be really hot. So we should get some drying. But we basically had some flash flooding yesterday, so it is still really muddy. And I did move their bowl over to the concrete, but they drug it over there. They had some clean out the fridge stuff. So I'm gonna go through, lock them out here, and then get the girls all switched over. I forgot to do that. Yesterday I walked my scoop in so that I could lock them out. Still trying to figure out how best to do this. So this routine would not work if I was working full time. If I was going to work, like all this, it's just really too much. I'd have to be out here so early. So my hope is over the next 3 weeks to figure out. So we're locking the piggies in that front. So they're locked out here for now behind this gate. And then we'll get the girls and bring them in here that need to be milked. I hope. And I'm walking around. This is kind of a mud hole. So yeah, so not really conducive to going to work every day and doing all this. I mean, I could do it, but I really enjoy sleep. So I'm a bit spoiled. Okay, so I'm gonna go put the girls that I need in that pasture really quick and walk Chief out. I'll be right back. Okay, we're gonna see how this goes. Okay, so that actually worked really well. So what I did was I have 2 lids for protein tubs. And what I'm gonna try to do is train them to know that this is where breakfast is. So these are all my non-milkers. So they're in here. My milkers are out behind the barn. Poor Chief doesn't get to come. And then the babies are still locked up in their stall. And I actually took Cece's babies and locked them up. And I'm gonna let her, even though I'm not really milking her. And the neighbor's damn rooster is in here. Which I'm real mad about. We're not allowed, we don't need a chicken. So here you go. Here they are all locked up. And what I will do is go get them and carry them over, because it has been kind of an ordeal to get them back and forth. So these guys are angry. So we're gonna get them and get them milked. And what I'm gonna do is take them out the store and over with their friends. So I'm hoping that's gonna work. We'll see. I'm determined to shave her udder today. So I did lock Cece's babies away from her because they're not quite 2 weeks old, but I wanted you to see her udder. So we're just gonna try to get any excess milk that she has to keep her production up. Okay, so that worked. I think it could go more smoothly, and I'm debating if it wouldn't be better to dump these girls all back in this pasture, take them back in with their babies, and walk them over as a group. I felt better about the babies because I knew they were all in and safe, and I'm not chasing them around the yard, which is what I've been doing. But I think if they got into a routine, that would be better. Sorry, I'm taking this milk out to the pigs who are making it really hard to walk. I need to go get a little bowl for Toonie so she can have some. Okay. Here you go. Walk over here and get her bowl. They'll probably have it like totally drained by the time I get back, but that's okay. I'm just splashing milk, and it is next level muddy. I don't even think they're probably not even walking over there. Come here, Toon. Look. Here you go. Let's put your bowl right there. Here. And you can have your own. He's done, so he's gonna come drink first too, because he's mean. These guys are doing good. There just hasn't been a lot to show you pig-wise. It's a muddy mess in here, but I think once it starts drying, there's already grass kind of growing back in the area where there was no grass. So I think if it will dry in the next couple weeks, they will get, this will really blow up as far as grass grows. So we still have not fed Gobbles and the boys, which I probably need to do first now, since they're gonna have to wait through all this milking. I always get in a hurry with milking because I feel like the babies really need to be with their moms, but the truth is they're fine. So I'm kind of disappointed in the production that we're getting. I'm only getting about a quart. I got a little bit more today because I had Cece, who gave just as much milk as Bunny and Nani. And she wasn't separated from her babies. Just left to go get Chief's bottle and tied this door back closed. So that's a little disappointing. I think Bunny definitely has more milk. She's holding back, for sure. I can tell. So hopefully, now that they're on a better pasture, come on Duke, and they're getting more to eat. Ooh, it's bright. They're getting more to eat every day, and all that they will start to make more milk. The pig food got wet and moldy. And so now it smells atrocious. Let me take this trash out later. It smells like something's burning and nothing's burning. It's just this food. But they're really enjoying being out for sure. Chief's really mad that he doesn't get to go with them. And the reason is this is a really soft area as far as like, here, let me turn you around. As far as grass, like I don't want, what he would do is if you put a cow out here, his hoofs, because he weighs so much, would damage the ground because it is so soft right now. He would also eat it down a lot faster. So that's not gonna be what we're gonna do. Look guys, breakfast. Come on, Gobbles. Okay, so explain. So for a couple of days, I'm gonna leave them in here. I'm gonna let them eat this down really well. And then we're gonna flip the fence forward. So I'm gonna take these panels from the side, we're gonna connect them to this fence, we're gonna flip a panel and connect it to this fence, and I'm gonna put a panel of some sort across here to keep them off the porch. And then they're gonna have this, which is really tall and thick. And so we're gonna flop them back and forth between these two pastures. It should take them a couple of days to really eat this down. What's really good is this time of the morning, they typically would not be out of the barn because it's wet still, and they're all out eating, which I love to see. And we bought I hate that we bought these panels, but they're great. They cannot stick their head through the bottom though, and so I'm gonna have to weed eat or mow right up next to the edge. But I need them a good distance away from the garden because when I have cucumbers and tomatoes, those are gonna be relatively big plants. And it also gives me some expansion room. So the plan is, and sorry, it's kind of bright and foggy and weird, is to take some electric fence from the corner of this gate. And this is gonna be hay. They're gonna move hay and stack it over here and go over, and it's hard to see, there's a gate, you see this big pole right here, basically to there. And to come out and have a little alleyway, but put all this backyard and put Gobbles and Princess back here. So to not have to mow. Babies are having fun. They are just, I love that this is a clean pasture. So everybody's been wormed. I probably need to worm. I didn't worm Zelda, I didn't worm Daisy, and I didn't worm, where's Pixie? Pixie's on the other side of Daisy. Pixie or Padme or Tink. And I probably need to do that today. Now that they're all on clean pasture, so that these guys aren't dropping worms to infect this pasture. I don't know what that was about. Her feet are fine. Must have been really soggy in that spot. I need to go in and give Pixie a check real quick and do an Insta story, because I try to do an Insta story. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you should, because I basically do goat baby stories pretty much all day long. And so I'm gonna go in and pick up those two things. And I think we're done. I'm really mad that Rooster's in Melbourne. And for some background information, why this makes me so uneasy is that the very first year that we had goat babies, Twiz had twin boys, And we had a rooster, we had chickens, and the rooster attacked one of the babies with his spur and cut his eye open, and like his actual eyeball. It was really gross. And like vitriol fluid coming out of this dude's eye. It was kind of terrible. That smells really bad. So he's dangerous to them if he gets threatened. So I'm kind of glad they're out here and he's in there. Yeah, so not real happy about that. He's the neighbor's rooster. The neighbor's house caught fire last summer. They haven't lived there since late May, early June. They had a whole flock of chickens. And my guess is they ran off, got eaten, and he's the only one left. Because he's the rooster. And there's nothing to eat, I'm sure, over there. And what we think is there's some snakes in their backyard or something, because you got spooked the other day and jumped the fence. So I'm sure he's just over here trying to survive. And I'm mean, and I'm like, please go home. But I have good reason. Also, chickens carry coccidia naturally, and they're able to tolerate it, but baby goats aren't. And I also don't want my babies getting coccidia. Now we do kind of a prevention. We'll start actually doing that here pretty quick when they're a certain age. But we never really struggled with it. Last year, I had a couple that struggled with it, but we treated it and it was fine. So I'm a little irritated that from a biosecurity perspective, I worked really hard. And it's not it's not their fault. It was a really bad situation, and they've got 2 kids and everything. So I'm not mad at them. I'm just at all. It's not their fault. I just don't really know what to do about that chicken. Like, you know, it's not mine. And he needs his wings clipped, and he needs to stay over the fence, or they need to rehome him or something at this point, because he's hungry and thirsty, I'm sure, and he's coming over here. So I don't think that is the smoothest that could go. I do think that they'll get in a habit and they'll figure it out, and they'll know where we're going, which will be helpful. But for now, that was kind of chaos. And it wasn't mass chaos. I mean, it was controlled. It just took a really long time. So I've probably been out here an hour. And during the school year, like if we go back to work this year, even if it's in 4 weeks, that's not going to be feasible. Granted, in 4 weeks, we're going to be close to weaning, but not ready to wean. And it's really, if we could get the babies over here with the big group, that would be easier. I don't know if I'm going to do anything else today. I don't know if I'm going to film anything else. Most of the stuff that I'm going to do today is inside, so I'm going to end the video here. If I end up adding something, it's fine. So I hope you guys enjoyed seeing my kind of new morning routine, seeing me test out all the milking, enjoyed seeing the girls in their new habitat. I'm excited about all the new fencing options and to show you guys and to see how that works. So hang in there with the pandemic, and make sure to give us a thumbs up and leave me a comment and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys in the next video.